Fight number 6, all thanks to our sponsors, the Combat Sports Insurance. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is in the lightweight division, and this man making his debut inside of the cage at Eternal 35 tonight, weighing in at 70.7 kilos, training under the watchful eye of Adrian Pang at the Integrated MMA Gym. Please welcome Jordan Payne. In our red corner, also weighing in at 70.7 kilos, he trains under Brett Jacobson. He fights out of Triune MMA on the Tweed Coast, Luke Davies.
Our referee in charge once again, Phil Cassidy. Round 1, they touch him up and we are underway. Beautiful takedown. And let me just grab our screen there because it almost fell over. They're right in front of us. Jordan Payne wasting no time getting to work. Manhandling Luke Davies. Jordan Payne off to an explosive start here in the first round.
Luke not really giving much to get off the cage there. He really needs to dig some underhooks and turn off. He's letting the integrated fighter do what he wants.
And they're right back in front of us. Geez, that takedown shook the cage. It almost spilled Dave Ella's beer. And he wasn't happy about it, was he? Not that Jordan Payne cares as he slams Luke Davies to the ground. Inside control now. Benny, what's he looking for here?
You can go ahead and use that headlock position, stand up that way, but really scoop under. Good head pressure that started to. He's just doing the wrong things at the moment. Obviously, the integrated fighter knows what he's about on the ground and move into a strong position here.
Absolutely, that integrated specialty style. Jordan Payne like an anaconda here in the first.
If he stays here, T, he's going to end up taking a bit of damage before the end of this round. Payne just really secure in position, looking to post up and rain down from here.
This fight scheduled for three-minute rounds here at the Southport Sharks Sports Club.
Good head control from Payne. Good head control. Not letting Luke go anywhere. Setting up. With that position he's got there with the right hand, he could be setting up a head arm choke here, although quite difficult against the cage.
30 seconds left here in round number 1, and Benny Ellaway, I'll tell you what, some people call it boring, I call it beautiful, this integrated style of MMA.
It's just they're well-rounded too, they can fight anywhere. And obviously these guys having their first couple of fights, you know, they look as good as most, not most pros, but some pros out there.
Absolutely, I was saying that to Ben Vickers earlier on, you can see some of the amateur fights actually more entertaining than what you'd see in the pros.
I think just the standard like we talked about last time we were here on the Gold Coast for Eternal.
Seconds down. Big thanks to the team at Fight Life, Australia's largest range of MMA and BJJ gear. Fight Life.
And at the clap of Phil Cassidy's hands, we are in round number 2 of our lightweight division. Bout here this evening. Tanira Nathan cage side with Ben Ellaway.
Luke just missing with that right hook.
Yeah.
When you look at the guys physically.
Ooh! Luke lands a nice left hook there.
when you look at the boys physically, you've got to think.
Beautiful timing there by Luke.
Oh, good leg kick. Good leg kick.
And Benny, we talk about the standard of MMA obviously on the rise here on the Gold Coast. You yourself have your own gym, Benny Blanco MMA. Tell us a little bit about that.
Oh, mate, just a humble little place down on the Burley Heads there. A couple of fighters getting out of there.
Yep.
Not too much to tell. My mate definitely got some good talent. And obviously we're tight here with Cam, so we always look to put our fighters on the Eternal Fight cards here on the Gold Coast.
Absolutely. As for yourself, you are a former UFC fighter. What is in store for you coming into the future?
Mate, nothing planned at the moment. Just taking each day as it comes. Did have a couple of fight offers earlier on in the year, but it seems as soon as I say yes, everyone else says no.
Everyone else says no.
Yeah, a couple of fighters. Won't mention who they are.
Okay.
As soon as I've agreed to the fight, I'm a bit hot-headed. I agree on the phone the first time they call me. So
beautiful. Well, I'll tell you what, you're a promoter's dream. All the best for the future for you and the gym, and we're looking forward to seeing more of your boys in action in the very near future here on the Gold Coast.
You may even see me
I'll tell you what,
on the Eternal card one time.
Do I feel a
before the end
comeback?
of my career.
Do we feel a comeback?
Myself and the Gold Coast Dana White, we've spoken.
My goodness,
Great
there's a big
takedown.
slam by Jordan Payne.
Wrestling clinic here.
Ooh-wee.
Saturday night on the Gold Coast. Wrestling practice.
Tell you what.
Head control. Great ringmanship. Pulling him off the cage there. No chance of using the cage to stand up. Slips into the mount. If Davies isn't smart here, 20 seconds to go, he should survive to the next round.
Just under 15 seconds left here in round number 2. Jordan Payne putting on a grappling display here in our 6th bout this evening. Big shots landing for Jordan Payne. Luke Davies making it to the bell.
Tough, he's tough. He's been on bottom with those little gloves, mate. Those little white gloves I've got on out there.
Big thanks to our sponsors, Max Moment, cost-effective websites and SEO. That is what they do. maxmoment.com.au. Third and final round, here we go.
Last round of our 3-round bout, ladies and gentlemen. Jordan Payne, Luke Davies. So far, it seems to be all about the man from the blue corner. As he shoots again. Great defense by Luke Davies so far, Benny.
Really need to get his butt off the fence, turn his hip the other way, the opposite way to what he's doing, and use his whizzer. I think we're going to see him go down to the ground again. It's going to be a long 2 minutes for Luke Davies. Does have the underhook there. Looks like he's trying to set up the Kimura escape. Good hammer fist. Payne's postures are really a little bit too bent over. Pops his head out now. Much better position for the takedown. Yeah, switch to the double. Or move to his right and go back to the single leg. Oh, great strength.
Beautiful slam by Jordan Payne. And that seems to be the story of this bout.
Wrestling, dragging him back off the cage. Minute 30. If I was Mr. Payne here, I'd be looking to consolidate position and then, finish the fight. Go for the finish.
Absolutely no harm in looking for a finish for Jordan Payne. You'd have to think now that he's moved into full mount, he might be doing so.
1 minute to go.
This fight all brought to you by our sponsors at Combat Sports Insurance. While our referees protect our fighters inside the cage, let Combat Sports Insurance protect you outside the cage. Posturing up is Jordan Payne.
Davey's doing enough just to survive at the moment. They get stood up.
Phil Cassidy standing up our fighters from full mount for Jordan Payne.
Not too sure about that decision from the referee.
Not at all.
Definitely a prospective finishing position.
I'll tell you what, Benny, if Joe Rogan was here, he would be losing it right now.
I don't know what that was all about. It's just going to go straight back to the ground.
It is indeed, as we see it happen here. Jordan Payne with his 7th takedown this evening.
I'm lost for words. I don't know. I can't recall a fight I've seen with someone in full mount throwing punches and they've said stop and stand it up.
Well, for a man who's seen it all, Benny, I'll tell you what, that is a significant event. We do reach the end of the 3rd. Benny Blanco.
Nonetheless, the refs are the refs. I'm not a referee.
Absolutely, and I'm not a judge, but nonetheless, you'd have to think that Jordan Payne would walk away with a victory here. But let's wait and see what our judges have to say.
All thanks to Combat Sports Insurance. We go to our judges' scorecards after our 3 rounds of MMA action. We have a unanimous decision to the blue corner, Jordan Payne.
Jordan Payne walking away with a unanimous decision here tonight. Absolutely no surprises. A stellar performance from him and the team at Integrated MMA.
Very dominant.